Welcome to the online session of Power Plant Engineering. My name is Acharya. Today we will discuss about the compounding of the steam turbine. The compounding of steam turbine is three-part: pressure compounded steam turbine, velocity compounded steam turbine, and pressure and velocity compounded steam turbine. Compounding is a method for reduce the rotational speed of the impulse turbine to practical limit. As we have seen that if the high velocity of steam is allowed to flow through the one row of the moving blade, it produces a rotor speed about the 300 or 3000 or 30,000 pm, which is very too high in practical use. But not only these, the leaving velocity is also very high, so the leaving loss is also very high. Therefore, it is essential to the incorporate some improvement in simple impulse turbine for the practical use and also the achieve the higher performance. This is possible by making the use of the more than one set of nozzle, blade and rotor in a series of the key to a common shaft so that either of the steam pressure or the jet velocity is absorbed by the turbine in stages. The leaving loss also will be the less. The produce or the process is called the compounding of the steam turbine. First is the pressure compound turbine. In this type of turbine, the compounding is done for the pressure of the steam only. To reduce the high rotational speed of turbine, the wool expansion of steam is arranged in a number of steps by employing the number of the simple turbine in a series key on the same shaft as shown in first figure here. Each of these simple impulse turbine consisting of one set of nozzle and one row of the moving blade is known as a one stage of the turbine, and thus this turbine consists of the several stages. The exhaust from the each row of the moving blade enters the succeeding set of the nozzle. Thus, we can say that this arrangement is nothing but the splitting of the wool pressure drop from the steam chase pressure to the condenser pressure into a series of a smaller pressure drop across the several stages of the impulse turbine, and hence this turbine is called the pressure compound impulse turbine. This pressure and velocity variation is shown in figure. The nozzle are fitted into diagram which is the locked in the casing, and these diagrams separated the one wheel chamber from the another. All rotor are mounted on the same shaft and the blade are attached on the rotor. The rotor may be key to the shaft or it may be the integral part of the shaft. The expansion of the steam only takes place in the nozzle while the pressure remains the constant. In the moving blade, because of the each stage is a simple impulse turbine, so it is obvious that from the pressure curve in shown figure that the space between the any two conservative diagram is filled with the steam at the constant pressure and the pressure on the either side of the diagram is different. Since the diagram is a stationary part here, there must be clearance between the rotating shaft and diagram. The steam tends to leak the clearance for which device like the leveraging packing or etc. we are used. Since the drop pressure in the pressure of the steam per stage is reduced, so the steam velocity leaving the nozzle and entering the moving blade is reduced, which reduces the blade velocity. Hence the good economy or maximum work shaft speed is significantly reduced so as be reduced by increasing the number of stages according to the one's need. The leaving velocity of the last stage of the turbine is much less compared to the D-level turbine, and the leaving loss amount to is 1 to 2% of the initial total available energy. The turbine is invented by the Professor L. Retru, so is known as a Retru turbine. Simply construction here. nozzle, moving blade, nozzle, moving blade, nozzle, moving blade in a series. In a nozzle, pressure drop and moving blade pressure is constant, nozzle pressure drop. So here pressure compounding turbine, in a nozzle increase the velocity because of the pressure loss, and in a moving blade decrease the velocity due to the impulse principle. This is the simple construction of the pressure compound turbine. Here the series for the pressure compound steam turbine is Nm Nm Nm. In a velocity compound turbine, here first is a nozzle, moving blade, fixed blade, moving blade, fixed blade, and moving blade. In a nozzle, increase the velocity. In a moving blade, decrease the velocity. In a guide blade, no pressure drop or no velocity loss, only guide the steam. And moving blade, then pressure decrease. So here only the velocity drop here in a moving blade, and guide blade no velocity drop and pressure drop. This is the simple construction and principle of the velocity compound turbine. Here velocity compound turbine. In this type of turbine, the compounding is done for the velocity of steam only. Drop in the velocity is arranged in many small drops to the many moving row of the blade instead of the single row of the moving blade. It consists of the nozzle or set of the nozzle and row of the moving blade attached to the rotor or wheel, or row of the fixed blade attached to the casing as shown in figure. The fixed blade are guided blade and which guide the steam to succeeding the row of the moving blade. Suitable arrangement of the between the moving blade and set in the reverse mirror. In this turbine, three row of the ring or moving blade are fixed on the single wheel or rotor, and this type of the wheel is termed as the three row wheel. There are the two blade or fixed blade placed between the link first and the second and third row are the moving blade respectively. The whole expansion of the steam from the steam chase pressure to the exhaust pressure take place in a nozzle only. There is no drop in either in the moving blade or the fixed blade. The pressure remains the constant in the blade as in the simple impulse turbine. The steam velocity from the exit of the nozzle is very high as in the simple impulse turbine. Here steam with the high velocity enter the first row of the moving blade, and on the passing through the this blade the velocity is slightly reduced. The steam give up the part of the kinetic energy and uses the from the row of the blade with a fairly very high velocity. It then enters the first row of the guide blades which direct the steam to the second row of the moving blade. Actually there is a slight drop in the velocity in the fixed to guide blade due to the friction. On passing through the second row of the moving blade, some drop in the velocity again occur. Steam gives up the another portion of the kinetic energy to the rotor. After this is redirected again by the second row of the guide blades to the third row of the moving blade, where again the some drop in the velocity occurs, and finally the steam leaves the wheel with a certain velocity in a more or less axial direction. Compared to the simple impulse turbine, the leaving velocity is small and is about the 2% of the initial loss of the total available energy. So we can say this arrangement is nothing but splitting up the velocity gained from exit to nozzle into the many drop through the several row of the moving blade. Hence the name is called the velocity compound turbine. This type of the turbine is also termed as the Curtis turbine. Due to the low efficiency, we use the pressure and velocity compound turbine. Pressure and velocity compound impulse turbine. This type of turbine is a combination of pressure and velocity compound, and is diagram. There are two wheel or rotor on each. Only the two row of the moving blade are attached, causes the two row wheel or more efficient than three row wheel. In each wheel or rotor, velocity drop in the velocity achieved by the many row of the moving blade is called velocity compound turbine. There are two sets of nozzle in which full pressure drop take place. Full pressure drop is divided into small breath. This is called the pressure compound turbine. In the first set of the nozzle, there is some decrease in the pressure which gives us some kinetic energy of the steam, and there is the no drop in the pressure in the two row of the moving blade of the first wheel and the first row of the fixed blade. Only there is a velocity drop in the moving blade, so there is also slight drop in the velocity due to the friction in the fixed plate. In second set of the nose, remaining pressure drop take place, but the velocity here increases and the pressure drop in the velocity take places in the moving blade of the second wheel or rotor compared to the pressure compounded impulse turbine. This arrangement was more popular due to the simple construction. It is, however, very rarely used nowadays due to the very low efficiency of this turbine. Thank you.